Okay.
Hey Heelim and hey everyone. So myself Gathin at 0
Yeah, hey everyone. So I'm Udaykumar, double here at 0G.
access to computers at an early stage in my life. So in my schooling days itself, I had access to like
Slowly,
Scratch
and
to
when I
start
got
with.
the computer, so I tried to explore every minute that I got. So till now it is going on. So
Like, wow, this is the right thing that we wanted to do. So
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Builder Activation Podcast. Today, we are talking about decentralized AI infrastructure with a team from 0G Labs. 0G is building a decentralized AI operating system, combining data availability, storage, and compute in a modular layer 1 to support real on-chain AI workloads. We are joined by Gathin and Udaykumar, developer relations engineers at 0G Labs. We'll also share insights from the 0G and AKINDO Buildathon, where more than 50 projects launched to mainnet, and what real builder activation looks like beyond Buildathon. Okay, so before we jump into the interview, so let's start with something light. So where are you both joining from today?
yes, hey Heelim and hey everyone. So myself Gathin at 0 as Heelim mentioned. So glad to be here. Thank you for inviting us today. And yes, we both are from India, and yeah, I'm in a city called as Coimbatore in south of India.
Nice is already very global. Like I'm from South Korea and I often in Tokyo because like Akindo is based in Tokyo. I always like move around. So how has your day been so far, Uday Kumar? How was your day today?
yeah, hey, hi everyone. So I think it has started with the meetings, and previous to this call also we had some meetings regarding to the alignment node migration. So yeah, it is quite good busy day like the every day as in development.
All right, that actually sets the perfect context for today's conversation. So to kick things off properly, so I think it would be great for everyone watching to get to know you both a bit better. So could you briefly introduce yourself and your role at 0G? Kadim?
Sure, Heelim. So yes, so before I give a quick dive deep into, so I started my career off as a builder and slowly like the evangelism part where I teach people about how they can get onboarded to a protocol and also to bring in build things that will make it much more easier for them. So that's how I started and moved towards developer relationship. And with 0G, so I work mostly on like the marketing side of developer relationship. So it's mostly on like onboarding new builders, trying to bring this as their home for on-chain AI and build the necessary tools for them.
Okay, Kadim, thank you. So for how long have you been working for 0G now?
So it's been exactly a year and a half now. So with 0G, so I joined them last June. At the time, we didn't have we had like a really small number of builders. We were just on our second version of testnet at that time. Then we just grew as a team together, and we have a really good ecosystem right now with a great builder base supporting our initiatives.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So Kumar, like, could you introduce yourself as well?
Helen. Yeah, hi everyone. So I'm Udaykumar, double here at 0G. So I'm mostly focusing on the tech side of the things, mostly related to RPCs, validators, and the alignment node, and other technical integration aspects of the stuff. So whatever the starter kits and the things that you see is mostly built by the tech side of the developer team. So yeah, that's my roles here.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. So Uday Kumar, like, could you walk us through your career background before joining 0G?
Sure, Helen. So it's all started with the full stack development. So I started as a developer. I'm not when to start with. So I have an experience around 8 years. Back in my college itself, I started working on some service side projects, websites, and applications. So I started with PHP. So I think some of you might have known it as an older language, but I started with that and then moved to Node.js, Golang, and Rust. So I worked as a backend developer in a tech company, and then a backend lead in a centralized exchange. And then I got into the Web3. So I actively contribute to the open source, even in Web2 and Web3. So that's where I get into the Web3. So I participated in many hackathons. And then in a hackathon, I got to know about 0G. So that's where the 0G and the things happens. So I love to contribute to the SDKs and also the docs. So that's where the things shifted from the developer to the developer side of the things.
So I think like you've both seen a lot of projects across Web3 and AI. So that naturally leads to this. So among many Web3 and AI projects, like what made you choose 0G? Because
Sure, Heelim. Yeah, just to give a quick introduction on that aspect, like why I picked 0G. So prior to 0G, I was working for a protocol called as Aura. I was like a scholar for their project. And in that, we were building like on-chain AI oracles with which we were bridging in data, like with verifiable inference. And that's when I got to know about like there's an option called as verifiable inferencing. And you will be able to bring like trustlessness to the AI produced data. And also we can make it verifiable. So that's when I got to learn about that. And I was exploring in other protocols in the space. And in a hackathon, I just looked at 0G participating in it. And I was really curious because they were the only project that were trying to build a complete infrastructure which will enable on-chain AI. So others are like enabling like a part of it, like maybe they get inferencing or just like they're trying to store AI models on blockchain, but they don't have the necessary storage or the throughput. So what lacked in the end scale was like infrastructure. And I had an end goal that I will not be joining any like dApps, but rather I want to contribute on some infrastructure on top of which we will bring in a lot of dApps. So that was my focus. And I discussed with 0G team. And with our team's expertise and looking at our founders, Michael, Ming, with the background in Conflux, and Michael being like a unicorn founder. So just looking at the team's expertise and their capability, that they will be able to bring this vision a reality. So that's why I joined Zero G. And this mission, it's not an easy mission to build like a complete infrastructure that is decentralized and can handle a throughput of complete AI. So that is from LLM training to getting verifiable inferencing to having like a proper latency, and also bringing it much more cheaper to the users, like how they interact with centralized use cases. So all these things fascinated me, and with a lot of fascinations, I joined Zero G, and yeah, we are turning our vision into reality now.
Thank you so much. Uday Kumar, you also why did you choose Zero G to work here as a DevRel?
Yeah, I think that's an interesting thing. So adding to Gathin's point, so Zero G felt like a infrastructure platform. So when it comes to the Web3 AI intersection, so all the other platform looks like a application oriented thing. So they have had some chatbots, or they have had some AI agents, but still they are using the centralized application somewhere. Some of them have also launched ML and AI inferences, but still they are storing the data in a centralized place. So there is no whole stack when it comes to the Web3 and AI intersection. But Zero G is the only place that's where I can able to see the things. So we had the Zero G storage that is faster to store the things, and Zero G compute, and Zero G data availability, and also Zero G chain that supports the AI agents. So everything is built in the intersection of AI and Web3, and this all feels like infrastructure, like AWS and GCP. So it creates a backbone to a newer era. So all the apps and the enterprise applications will be built on top of this, not only the normal apps. So I think the mission to make AGI a public good is that felt so real. So that's why I chose Zero G.
Thank you for explaining. So Gathin, in Zero G, the DevRel team is you and Uday Kumar, two-person, or there are other team members?
So it was myself and Uday till like a month and a half till TGE. And after TGE, we had a great addition to our team. That is Will Riches, who had previous experience leading the DevRel team at SUI. So he will be the head of DevRel at Zero G. And so we are 3 DevRels in total, and we are actively expanding our team to coordinate more and to build our initiatives, and also to have like much more programs that with not only onboard them to Zero G on a basis to educate them about on-chain AI. So you're working on like a collective discussion under Will's leadership now.
Okay, thank you so much for explaining. So for viewers who might not be hearing about Zero G for the first time, so let's zoom out, keep things simple. Like for someone hearing about Zero G for the first time, how would you describe it in one simple sentence? Gathin?
So this is okay. In a single sentence, then I could just say that this is home for you to build AI dApps. So that's a single line answer that I could give. But just to give like a brief detail, we are a complete stack with which you will be able to train, deploy, and get verifiable inferencing from AI models with much more cheaper cost and like throughput that you experience with like Web2 solutions or centralized providers.
Okay, thank you so much. So Uday Kumar, what makes Zero G fundamentally different from other modular or AI-focused chain?
So yeah, I think as I previously said, this more on the infrastructure scale. So everyone that builds the AI, so they just do the AI part, or they just do the TE part, or they just build a chain and they just link it with Oracle or AI thing and say that it is a AI chain. But there is no complete infrastructure stack to bring all the systems that is needed in a decentralized way. Because we are trying to build a trustless system when it comes to the Web3, but just for the sake of saying it is Web3 AI, most of the projects seems like having the things that is not fully decentralized. They are partially decentralized, but using a centralized way to bridge the gaps. But when it comes to Zero G, we have the whole stack. So we don't have any centralized system here. So we have a whole stack. We have AI alignment nodes, we have compute, we have DA, we have chain, we have storage. So everything built around the decentralization. We have also launched the ERC standard for INFT. So it is a standard to initialize the NFTs in more proper way for AI agents, because the AI agent needs to be private. But previously the AI agents were using the centralized API like OpenAI. So if you are using OpenAI and telling it as a decentralized AI agent, that's not at all making a sense, because you're storing the data somewhere that is available to public, and it is also your queries and everything will get stored in OpenAI server. So that doesn't make any sense into the decentralized space. But we have proposed the ERC solution that is also accepted, and that is specifically to make the AI agent tradable and make AI agent decentralized. So our goal is it is to cover the whole stack, not only a single thing. So I think that's make Zero G but different from other projects.
Thank you so much. So both of you work very closely with builders on a daily basis. So and DevRel can mean very different things depending on the team and ecosystem, I think. So as a DevRel, what do you think makes someone truly effective in this role? Gathin?
So yeah, as you mentioned, there is no hard line for a DevRel. So sometimes it may bridge like a BD's role. Sometimes it may be a bigger bridge into marketing team, a developer team, even like leads generation. So it's like a mix. So as you mentioned, the other point as well, like it totally depends on the organization, like how DevRels perform like on that role. And just to give like what effectively so far, what we have learned with Zero G is that first thing is that you need to be all ears open to hear on the feedbacks. So the first thing is on the feedbacks that you hear from builders. So you can bring in like hundreds of initiatives. You can pour in thousands of dollars into that. But the only thing is, even if you make like one initiatives, you need to make sure that the feedback loop is closed. So all the feedbacks or the opinions that you get, you rectify it. If the program is successful, then you double down on it. Otherwise, you just just take a step back. It's okay to experiment and just make sure that what was the mistakes that you learned from it and you don't repeat it again. So that's how it's more like an iterative loop of like learn, build what is necessary, then get provided to the users, then iterate based on their requirements, and again provide it back to them. And during this whole process, what you do is, for this process, what you do is you create different campaigns, hackathons, builder initiative programs, hacker houses, so developer learning courses. So all these are part of it, and it totally depends upon this loop. So anything that you do, make sure that you complete this loop. So that is one feedback that I have and I've learned through this course.
Oh, thank you so much. But do you have any work principles on mindset you follow when supporting global builders? Because the builders are not only from India, they're like from all over the world.
So yeah, I think I could take this question. So when we support the global builders, so I think there are many places that we could do the supporting. So one is IRL and on-ground supporting when it comes to hackathons, and some of them will happen in a virtual hackathon that is organized within a group, and some of them will go into Discord and also the Telegram groups when it comes to the things. So we try to always focus to create the content based upon the feedback. So for every ETH Global and for every hackathon, we try to get on a call with the developers to get to know how they have gone through the docs, how they have get into the things, so that we will understand how they are seeing the docs. And because we have developed the docs, we have seen the SDK, we know where the things are. The developers will not look into the same way. They should not be. We could not expect everyone to look in the same way. So what we do is we try to understand from their perspective, because the same thing will not work for everyone. So we are trying to understand their perspective. We'll group all the feedbacks together, and we'll have weekly calls to iterate the document. Because when you see our documents, even the starter kits or any example things or our video tutorials, so everything will be iterated every week. So the thing is, we'll have a constant discussion to improvise the things. So we wouldn't say it is in the perfect state, because it will not be in a perfect state anytime. But the thing is, it just keep on evolving. So that's the process that we trust, because that's how it goes. So yeah, and we also mostly trust our moderators and ambassadors. So we used to have calls with the moderators to share the details with them, so that they'll help on the validators issue and also some of the Discord issue. So they are one of our main backbone in our DevRel ecosystem. And we are also currently onboarding some ambassadors into the thing, because we believe in the native connection with the builders. Because when it comes to the Buenos Aires Global, we had the pamphlets that is printed in Spanish. So no one in the whole global, the hackathon had the Spanish thing. Whoever came to our booth was so excited because it was printed in their language. So they were so excited. So we wanted to continue that forward to create more language oriented contents. So we are also onboarding many ambassadors soon, and we are trying to nurture them and also bring native connectivity to the developers.
Thank you so much. So I think like as a DevRel, could you share a challenge or failure you faced as a DevRel, like, and what you learned like from it, Gathin? I think like a lot of builders like from all over the world, so maybe they expect you to answer like in 24 hours, something like that. So maybe it's very stressful. So could you share like some episode or something like that?
Yeah, instead of giving like a specific scenario, I'll just give you an overview of what happens. So a few things, like one of the point is that what you expected, like that is like a really quick response loop that is expected, which is totally fair from the developer side, because they are trying to build with 0G and they don't want to wait for a long period of time. And everyone has a short attention span. And if they're looking into working into this project, they want to get it done by today or tomorrow. They want to try it out. So when they get questions in that time, they want that answered. So yeah, I really wish we have a DevRel AI agent soon that is integrated into all our systems. And yeah, we have looking into some providers for that as well. So yeah, just putting it over here. Yes. So one thing is that faster response times and acknowledgement for developers. The other thing that we may have missed out in the earlier stages, but we are looking into now, is like proactive communication on like further enrichment. So even after a hackathon, after a buildathon, after like a IRL event, we want to like nurture them to continue developing their product. So initially we didn't have the bandwidth to do that, but we are prioritizing that. And that is one of the biggest priorities now. Instead of doing like piece of difference of like events, rather do like 5 to 6 events. And the builders, the projects that you get from it, try to have them build long term. So we are trying to do that. So that is where we have like the Kill 2.0 ecosystem grant program. So we have a revamped version, figuring out, hearing back all the feedbacks from the developers and then designing this. So yes, these are like few things that we have missed out in the past. And as Uday mentioned it clearly, like everything is like, this is not like a perfect stage and it never be. So we are just evolving as we get the feedbacks or like the issues that developers face when building with zero G as a whole. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think sometimes it's like very stressful, like working 24 hours. Yeah, so for developers who are not AI experts, like what tools or SDKs does Zero Z provide to make building easier? Udhaykumar, can you?
Yeah. So the things is, we have a TypeScript SDK for the compute and also for the storage. So what we focus on is, we not only focusing on the Web3 developers, because if someone is building a AI Web2 platform also, they can easily able to add just their private key into the backend and just use it, so that their user will not know they are using a Web3 platform. So they wouldn't know it is decentralized and those things, because they don't care. Some of the users don't care. They just wanted the data to be not stored and it to be trusted. But some of them just need to care about the pricing. So we just wanted to give this advantages to everyone, not only to the Web3 users. That's why we created a SDK, so that they can directly integrate it within their Node.js or any TypeScript backend that they are using. So they can just add it into their backend and they'll be able to use it. So we have recently also collaborated with the open source applications. So they are also launching. So it's kind of like Open Web UI. So they have also integrated zero G compute into their platform. If you go to it and chat with it, no user will not find it as a Web3 platform, but you can able to interact with it like DeepSeek or OpenAI directly. So without any accounts. So you wouldn't feel any difference between the decentralized and centralized world, but it is easier also for the developers. We have also created Swagger with kits, so that any developer, they can able to quickly start the things and they can start integrating with the API itself, whatever they already know. They don't need to understand the concepts of this Web3 to get in and use the zero G AI. So we wanted to make it as easier as possible. And we are also working on the comparable SDKs to like S3 SDK, so that someone wants to use zero G storage can easily do a drop-in replacement with S3 SDK, so that they can easily switch from S3 storage to zero G storage with a few lines of code. So we are trying to make the developer experience easier day by day with this.
And thank you so much explaining. So like Zero Z do a lot of like builder activation, and like recently Zero Z also did Buildathon with AKINDO. So why did you Zero Z choose to collaborate with AKINDO for the Buildathon, Gathin?
Sure, Heelim. So since I joined Zero G like last June, the first event that I headed to was Eats Tokyo. So I met, like, I was a speaker at DAO Tokyo and I met Akindo's team for the first time over there. So we didn't have much collaboration over there, but I got to know that there is a platform in which they host like long-term buildathons rather than a short-term hackathon. So yeah, so we're just familiar about that. And we met in multiple events after that. We had a deeper collaboration discussion. And at a certain point this year, after our testnet stabilized and we had our other suite of products ready as well, and we did like 2-3 hackathons with ETH Global, and we were pretty sure about the resources that were needed for like builders being ready. So we wanted to do like a long-term commitment, but we just don't want to issue out like grants. But we want, see, like grants, the thing is that for early stage in terms of like long-term hackathons with grants, you will not be able to get the proper feedback loop over there. So what we were thinking about is we need something like hackathon, but we want it long-term. So maybe like hackathon part A, part B, part C. But that's when we saw that the Buildathon platform, like the Wave Hacks, like had like a great maturity since I heard it last year. And then we were like, wow, this is the right thing that we wanted to do. So we did like a $1,000 bounty with the wave hacks. So it was 5 waves in total. It was like pre-mainnet 2 months, post-mainnet 1 month. So it was 3 months in total. It was like 10 days of building, 3 to 4 days of judging each waves, starting with ideation wave. So initially I still remember, we had like around 80 builders. So 82 builders to be exact, 82 builders. And for the first wave, we had 92 ideations submitted. So from that, we slowly, the number of builders increased and the projects, well, they sustained, like we had around like 55 to 65 projects on a consistent scale. And in few waves, we had like 72 submissions. So with that, it was really good. We had a really close connection with the builders. So we started with ideation, then they built their MVP, then they built their complete product on testnet, then they did the mainnet migration after that. So this was like a complete loop where we support them, we get the feedbacks. So in the next wave, we give them ideas on what they need to correct or what they need to build. So with that, we achieved in the final wave that we had 300 plus builders building on top of us with 65 submissions, out of which 50 submission had clear mainnet integration along with our other suite of products. That is like the compute, storage, DA, INFTs. So yeah, and a chain, the final mainnet deployment on a chain. So the product was market ready, like in that at least like the top 10 to 15 products, they were market ready, and we were even encouraged them to participate on the Guild 2.0 program that I mentioned, which is our ecosystem grant program. So they can take it further than like the wave hack. So it's like they already built it for 3 months. So they are like the best builders with the knowledge of what zero G can offer. And they have like a really good app in their hand or like dev tooling in their hand. So it's like really good time to like provide additional support that they need to have them scale beyond that and bring in a lot of real user traction to their products. So that is the whole journey with what we did with Wavehack. And yeah, looking forward to the collaborations next year that we do with you.
Thank you so much. So Udaykumar, like from your side, like was there any standout project that showcased the strengths of zero G?
Yeah, I think it's not only a single project. I think there are multiple projects that I could mention. So there is a AI agent marketplace that could use the INFTs, as I previously mentioned, and also the chain and also the compute whenever they want to analyze the tradability of the agent. So and also the storage. So since we have a whole suite of stack, I saw some of the project were using storage and compute, some of the project using compute and chain, some of the project were using storage and chain. So there is a lot of mix and matches of things, because in most of the chains they'll have only chain, and if they want to use storage, they might be using other storages like IPFS or other storage options that are available. So but then when it comes to zero G, so everything comes within a single roof. So they can able to create mix and match the things and create multiple projects. As I said, the AI agent marketplace, and we also had some projects like medical agent that can able to help with the medical data, because medical data, when it comes to medical data, it is not easier to share. It all contains the private data, but when it comes to the zero G, so they can able to encrypt and store it in zero G storage, and everything get proofed. And also they can use zero G compute, so every data stays private on computation. And also when you get it, so even with the medical data, it stays private, and they get the insights. So all these applications, and even a personal diary kind of application. So there are many kind of applications that I can mention. So that felt like specifically built for the zero G camp and zero G use case. So yeah. So those are the things that I wanted to mention when it comes to projects.
And I'll just add on to
yes.
one thing to this, Heelim. Sorry. So
Yes,
as Uday mentioned, we had a lot of dApps building on top of us, and we had like really good toolings that were built as well. So in our SDKs, we had like the Python SDK that were built. So even like builders wanted to build things that can make other builders' life much more easier. So that was the involvement that they had when it comes to like building zero G's ecosystem. So they were really passionate about it. Like those projects, they started out with dApps, but they got it completed in like wave 2 or 3. And they told like, we saw this tooling missing. We will build it in the next 2 waves. So initially we mentioned them that you should stick to one idea, but looking at their involvement, so we were like completely open to that. Yeah, we did get like few toolings as well on top of us, like validator dashboards. We got the Python SDK for storage. We got it for compute. So yeah, just I mentioned that. So builders were even excited to build what other builders faced.
Yeah, thank you so much. So after this Buildathon concluded, like how does zero G continue supporting the teams that emerged from it?
So yes, Heelim. So as I mentioned earlier, so we have the Guild 2.0, which is our ecosystem grant program. So they have participated in that, and we will be reviewing their applications. And if they've already completed building, so we even like fast forward their application and try to involve them with our BD team to structurize the project to much more like understand it like it's a hackathon project or a buildathon project, but we should find the product market fit for the market. So we involve our BD team, we involve our founder level team as well to support the project in terms of like structurizing it. And after that, we provide like necessary marketing support, grants, fundings, so other investment supports as well.
Thank you so much. So based on what you learned from this Buildathon, if zero G were to run another program like this in the future, like what would you want to improve or expand for builders? Udaykumar?
Yeah. So yeah, regarding that, so we are planning multiple things. So as previously Gathin mentioned, so we had some programs, and we are also creating some platforms for Guild 2.0 that will be used also in the future hackathons when it comes to wave hackathons on AKINDO or Global or anything. So that AI agents will also help in organizing the developers. So it will help the builders that they were in the steps, and also it will help judge the projects. So it will help the integration. So in all the steps, we are trying to integrate AI agents. Since we are an AI company, we need to AI better than anyone. So we are trying to focus more on that. And we have already built a platform that is currently in beta, and we'll be launching it soon. And we'll be also rolling out some of the features to the Guild 2.0 users and the upcoming hackathons when it comes live.
Okay, thank you so much. So Gathin, like among like AI agents or data heavy apps, like, there are many different categories. Like, but which category is growing the fastest on zero G, and why do you think it's like growing fast?
Got it, Heelim. So yeah, But still, like we do have like a vast ecosystem partner base. And in the previous guild, we had like 1,000 plus applications and we had 250 projects that are trying to integrate on Zero G. And we have few projects live on us as well. So, but to be specific, since I recently had a look at the analytics, so we had a lot of projects from Deep AI. So we had a lot of thing in that. The next one was DAI applications that are like dApps that utilizes AI. It can be chatbots. It can be, for example, analytics on top of like a small decentralized Google storage sort of application that are like applications which uses AI to just summarize things and lies on top of your browser as like an extension. So these are like applications that are like, first one is DeFi, decentralized finance powered by AI. The next one is DAI. Yeah, these are like the top two categories on top of mine. Then comes like the AI agents, obviously. So they utilize zero G's compute and verifiable inferencing to power the AI agents. So these are one part. The thing that zero G we really wanted to see is like a lot of, for next year at least, is like a lot of RWA project applications. That is like real life robotics where zero G is integrated into it. And the robot gets like, we get like verifiable outputs from them. So this is one thing that I personally am fascinated about for the next year. And also like on the sector, like we want to see a lot of RWA projects building on top of us.
Oh, thank you so much. I think like Gathin already explained very well, but like Udaykumar, like what is Jero's long-term vision for decentralized AI like in 2026?
So I think that's the great question. So we had some of the things that is planned to align with our vision. So the make AGI a public good. So that's our vision and the mission goal. So with that, we are adding training into the compute. So we'll be providing GPUs to the developers. So with that, and training modules will be added into the compute SDK itself. And we are also adding some more features into the fine tuning. And when it comes to the diffusion models, we have some diffusion models right now, but we are upgrading the diffusion models to add some more layering models. And the marketplace will be a lot bigger than now, because previously, if you have seen our marketplace, we had 2 LLMs. Now we have 8 of the models that are available in the marketplace in mainnet itself. And it just keep on growing week by week. So we are also onboarding more providers into the marketplace. So I think in a quarter or two, so it will be so high in number. So anyone can able to get the models that they need in their application. And we are also focusing more on the enterprise side of the thing, as I previously discussed. So we are working on a S3 drop-in replacement SDK for storage. So most of the things is we have a stack now. So we are improvising it in efficiency and features manner. And also we are trying to make the developer experience easier so that everyone can able to work on it and integrate it. So not only if they want to integrate zero G or a Web3 element into it, if they want a storage, we want to keep our SDK as easy as possible, so that someone wants to integrate storage, they should think zero G as the easiest place. So we are also working in the vectors of vibe coding. So we love doing vibe coding. So most of our team members do vibe coding. So not the tech team, the development team and other teams. So even the marketing creates our own site and all those things. So we have a context page that is already added into the docs. So if you want to build any application using vibe coding, you can directly input the docs a link and ask the AI, because we have already AI context embedded within our docs. So I don't think there is no docs that is available now with that link. So we are the only one we have added previously, because we think that that's the way of coding going forward. So we are trying to optimize everything forward with that. So we are also organizing more vibe coding events moving forward. And so we are trying to improvise the efficiency of the previous system. We are trying to add more features. We are trying to make developer experience better. So these are all the goals when it comes to 2026.
Well, thank you so much for explaining. That was like Zero's long-term vision. What about like Gathin? Like, what is your personal long-term vision in the on-chain and AI space? Your personal long-term vision.
So my personal long-term vision is to get like Zero G's vision into reality. So this was the goal that I kept in my mind when I joined Zero G. We have progressed a lot, and we are not almost there as well. So we do have like a long journey. So building the infrastructure takes time and requires a lot of effort, trial and error, mainly since we are completely building that is not there in the market at all. So I just want to focus on that. I love what Zero G is doing with the vision. So my vision is the same as well, to make AI a public good by making everything transparent and enabling users to get decentralized AI.
Okay, thank you so much. So what keeps you motivated during difficult or uncertain times? It's like kind of interview question, but yeah. So Udaykumar, could you please answer like what keeps you motivated during difficult?
So yeah, I think so. To answer this question, so it might feel like I'm just saying it for a sake, but the thing is, I love exploring any new technologies. So whenever, so for a simple day in my life, so I just start from my bed and I sit in my desk, and whenever I go to sleep, I go to the bed. So the thing is, even my lunches I had at my desk. So I love to be with my system, and I try to learn even not only zero G. So I try to explore more things. So for even the marketplace that we are building now. So we are doing some competitor research. So I'm working on it, and we're exploring more SDKs and trying to utilize what are all there, plus and what we can provide to the developers. And I'm also interviewing some of the developers. So I always love to explore the technology that is coming forward. I'm also checking out the quantum computing and the circum and all the things. So I think that keeps me motivating. So just trying to learn something and just trying to do something. So yeah, I want to do anything new. That's my only goal. So yeah,
It's very, very awesome that we're a person working together with Gathin. So Gathin, what makes you motivated when you have some difficulties or when you're burnt out maybe?
So I have Uday to motivate me. Like when I'm burnt out, Uday pushes me ahead. So that is true. Actually, I'm just not joking. So as well. So that is part of it as well. But yeah, other than that, so there are hard times that comes in. Like definitely, like the things that you try to do doesn't turn up at how it actually should be. So you maybe experiment a lot of things, but it may become like a backslash. The only thing is like you need to learn from it and keep iterating. You may feel sad that day. You may feel that the thing that you did this haven't been pushed forward or haven't been accepted properly, or there's a difficult time for you to even do that thing. So you just sleep and wake up next day and just try to push it out again. But one thing that I learned here is that every question has already a solution available. So all you need to do is reach out. So that may be like even just ask ChatGPT that I'm just facing this issue, or ask Zero G's compute as well. Like get verified answers that. So I'm facing this difficulty and I'm feeling like not motivated to do this. What other approach can I do? Just ask questions to add. Ask people who already know from your team who has like great expertise working with multiple companies and organizations. So all I learned is just try to extend, reach out. Don't if you take ownership of something, just you need to get it done at any cost. So that may be asking someone or trying to do different approaches or like doubling down on your effort over your working hours. Just do that.
Yeah, I think you both have a really big passion in this industry. So I'm just personally wondering, when you are a student, were you already interested in this tech stuff, computer science or mathematics or this kind of stuff? Udaykumar?
yeah. The thing is, I love science when I was a kid. So I love to read some books. So I had some books in my house, and I love to read that. There are some weekly science book like Tell Me Why and those things that is popular in India. So I love to read those things. And one more thing is there are some computer related technology related magazines like Chip, and there are some regional magazines. So that is also available. So in my house, they used to get it from my neighbor. So it's not brought in my house, but I get the older version of the book. If they get it, I get it next month. So from that, the interest started picking up. So I just started with that. And yeah, I even didn't have any computer in that time, but it still felt fascinating. So it kindled my interest. I was learning slowly, and when I got the computer, so I tried to explore every minute that I got. So till now it is going on. So I don't know when it is going to end, but I'm trying to keep up updated with everything that I got.
Thank you so much. That's very interesting. Gathin, were you same? You were a tech geek kid?
Like other case that I had access to computers. So I was like a Gen Z kid. So I had access to computers at an early stage in my life. So in my schooling days itself, I had access to like Scratch. So to start with, that was it's like a drag and drop sort of like programming blocks with which you have like animated sprite move on the screen or like do some activities. So that was the first time then I got interested that with a set of commands, you will be able to get something done like a game, or you'll be able to build that. So that's when I started. Then I moved towards like designing. I was passionate in that. So I started with Photoshop. Then I learned few designing elements in that. So then I got back coding. And yeah, to be honest, like rather than coding, I really like to build stuff. So I like the process of building things rather than coding. So that is where like vibe coding made my life much, much more efficient, because I love the end game of like just getting these features, iterating it, giving to the market, testing things out. So I'm much more passionate on that. So yeah, so I really love it much better right now. So that is a cloud instance running back, always trying to build things up. And yeah, hopefully things get much more advanced in the future.
Thank you so much. Udaykumar, it's 2026. Do you have any goal for 2026?
I think so when it comes to personal goal,
I'm excited to hear his answer actually.
the thing is, what I'm thinking, everything comes to me like a goal. So I'm still also building something for me. So I just want to automate more things with the AI agents, because previously when it comes to the last year, so I would say almost 50 to 60% of the coding task that I did last year, I was not doing this year because due to the agents. Now I'm building a system, so it will be more efficient. I can just give the things, and it will work like a company. So it has its own designer, it has its own marketer, researcher, so developer, architect. So we are building kind of a thing so that it will do most of the things. I can work on other productive things apart from that. So I'm trying to make it is already I'm feeling like it is 100x better, but I'm still trying to push it 100x better from here to next year.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing. Also, Gathin, do you have any a personal goal for 2026? You want to go travel or something like that?
So yeah, traveling is always a part of it. So I'm really passionate about traveling. And Web3 space is a great place for you to like travel, learn new culture, like talk to new different people, like whether it may be builders online or IRL events elsewhere. So that is definitely a part. And the one other thing that I'm focusing on is like building a larger personal brand in terms of like developer education, like the knowledge that I am able to like get, or like from the people that I'm able to meet, everything I want to convey it to other people as well. So I just want to share things in much more larger scale. So that is like a goal of a personal brand that I want to build. So I'll be working more actively on that next year.
Okay, thank you so much. So Zerozy is like coming for the Consensus Hong Kong 2026.
So hopefully, yes. Yeah. We'll have a
Yes,
team
yes.
represent there. Yeah.
Yes. So for builders watching, so what is the easiest way to start building on Zerozy today? Gathin?
All right. So the easiest thing is like we have something called as a builder hub, build.0g.ai. This is a straightforward platform in which you have all the resources that you need to get started building on top of 0G, from tutorial videos to documentations. And we have a lot of starter kits, like Uday has put in a lot of efforts in building like a lot of starter kits in which they can like spin up and deploy things in a minute, under a minute. So they just need to clone the repo and they just run it, done. So you will be able to like spin up and interact with 0G stack in a really quick manner. And all those resources as aggregated platform is available on build.0g.ai. So, and we will be iterating it much more in efficient way. And a lot of learning courses are coming out there as soon. Yeah.
Thank you so much. So the last question is like looking ahead to 2026. Like, do you see opportunities for Zerozy and AKINDO to continue working together on builder programs or buildathons in the future?
For sure. Totally agree, Heelim. So we are already in discussions with that, and we have already started discussions and planning for that. Recently met the founders as well, and we are in regular touch with the team. We are building something much more like, as you mentioned, like what are the things that you faced in Wave Hub or one that you want to improve in the next time. So those are some points that we have already shared with the team that we can collectively collaborate on, and other initiatives as well to like other than Wave Hack as well. So yeah, we definitely will be doing like a lot of events and collaborations with AKINDO.
Yeah, thank you so much. Do you guys have any plans tomorrow?
Got to work. So
Gotta work. Okay.
yeah, just got some work, like important timely things that we need to get it done today. So we have like a alignment node migration that is happening, and yeah, our team is actively working on that before we all take like a small vacation, or like we just go take some time off. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Like talking with the Zerozy team really shows how much solid infrastructure matters when builders want to move beyond ideas and actually should build AI applications on chain. So, and if you're a builder watching this, especially if you're exploring AI agents, compute networks, or any data-heavy applications, Zerozy is a really powerful place to start experimenting. So you can also check out upcoming builder activation programs and buildathons with AKINDO, where builders get hands-on support, real feedback, and a genuine path to launching on mainnet. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode. So before we close, opposite side, I think. G, yes. Okay, then I'll do A. Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye.
See you guys. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
see you. Bye-bye.
Build the activation.